from that go live button, and it's always nice. So we have that little bit of a slight delay before I get to say, how's it going, Nakama? Brit is back with some One Piece 1147. As always, I'm joined by the lads. How's it going, Samurai Drew?
Glad to be back. Glad to be another chapter, but we got a 2-week break here, so we'll try to soak this one in. Try to really dive into this one.
Yep, you just have to breathe it in and breathe it out for these sip and discuss reactions. Segrain, how's it going, brother?
How do you do? It is going well. Nothing much, but we gotta savor this chapter. How do you say it? Savor.
Yeah, it has savor. It's savor.
Yeah.
We're gonna savor it like a fine wine because we've got 17 pages. We are on break next week, which is sad. So, but we get 17 pages. 15 pages would have hurt. 19 pages would have been like, mwah, I would have liked it. But two chapters in a row. That's gonna be kind of interesting, and it's what we're afraid of. That's very interesting because we've been fighting the monsters of those of the kids and their nightmares. But Ogre Child Yamato's Golden Harvest Surrogate Pilgrimage, Volume 32, Thanked by Raizo, Daimyo of Udon. Raizo is the Daimyo of Udon. Attaboy.
Well deserved.
Well deserved. And it looks like people in the background are being angry and destroying the Who's Palace. Raizo has I'm blanking on them. I honest to God, my brain looked at him and said jelly donuts because that's what I was programmed to by Pokemon years ago. Ushu, what are these called? The little rice balls?
No, I thought they're called rice balls.
Yeah. Oh, they're just called rice balls. Okay. I thought there was.
Remember? No. I remember that in the Pokemon anime. Instead they changed it to donuts, but it says rice balls in the.
That's why I was just like, wait, why? But I thought they had like a different name, but and he has a bag of food. He's getting hugged by Otami. He's laughing. He seems like a good old daimyo. And yeah, just thanked by Raizo, Daimyo of Udon. And I think that we've officially met all of our daimyos. All the daimyos have been, and all of the scabbards, except Kiku. So Kiku is the only one we haven't seen what she's doing yet. I believe so. Correct me if I'm wrong. But we've gotten Denjiro. We've gotten Cat Viper, we've gotten Dogstorm. Yeah, we have Raizo. I don't know. I think that's it. I think everyone except Kiku has left. So I'm gonna.
We'll get some color pages next, and that maybe this thing will start wrapping up. And we get a face reveal from Huzu, right?
Hopefully we'll get a face reveal for who's who, so you see who is. One of those two. Who's who is who. Yeah, so now that fun game is done, I am going to jump in from number 1 to 2 and 3. So 3, 2, 1. Stay hidden, Robin and Chopper. I've seen him before. He's a holy knight. Huh? They're immortal. You can't beat. Oh Lord. They're immortal. You can't beat them. Hide and wait for your chance to save the kids. I guess that means there were 2 survivors of Ohara. The Navy sure did a sloppy job. And they're still hiding underneath. Huh? Yeah, rah. And it sounds he's just gloating over Saul's body in the thorns. I'm gonna go on just because it's I'm very intrigued on either something has popped up or I don't know, something's gone wrong. So I'm heading on into 3, 2, and 1. Gunko, you caught the. Oh wow, Straw Hat Crew. Then you gonna take him with us? Don't be stupid, Summers. She says ... And then here comes Killian. Don't be stupid, Summers. Are you trying to make Straw Hat Luffy furious? Let's just fulfill the mission and go home. So Killingham's like, don't even take him. Like, just leave him alone and let's take off. Arg, poor Saul's been tormented, and we let Callum get kidnapped. Yep. How could you let this happen, Jibbe? What? Stop shouting. I'm trying to come up with a plan. What are those powers anyway? That chick is scary. I thought I was gonna die. I feel like there's something about that woman, however. Maybe it's just my imagination. So, okay. Usopp is the one who said that chick is scary. I thought I was gonna die. Because I was waiting for a dead joke, because I thought it was Brooke. It's not Brooke. It was Usopp. So, and then Brooke is like, maybe it's just my imagination, but he might know her.
That's insane.
And then, oh, wait. And then she stuck something at his face. Yeah, it's her. The zombie girl.
They're calling her the zombie girl because the last chapter when Usopp blew her face off and then she regenerated. So that's kind of like a zombie, right? I think that's what they're going for.
Okay, I'm thinking back to Thriller Bark, and it's what was the? Oh, my heart's starting to race right now. Oh my goodness. Wait a second. Oh wait. So Chimney, not Chimney. Sindri. Sindri was the body of the girl from back then. Because the one that was throwing the plates. So definitely not Perona. Like that's yeah, that's.
You're saying that you think this is Sindri.
I don't know.
Come on.
Definitely get the answer in the next page. Let's go.
Yeah. So Samurai Drew, it's up to you.
Okay.
Let's just go. Let's not even. This is just a sip and react right now. Oh, I forgot the toast.
Then she stomps on Brooke's little head and goes, yeah, Brooke. Oh, can I do a quick prediction? I think it's a fan thing. I think he's seen her in the crowd. Okay, here we go. Listen up, huh? I want you. Oh, here we go. I want you to write songs for me for the rest of your life. You're going to be my slave. There we go. What? Does she know about Brooke's music?
We called it.
And then,
that's amazing.
A celestial dragon who's a fan of Soul King? Sounds like a nightmare of a fan. Knock it off, Kanko. I don't want to fight with one of the 4 emperors either. Let's just do our job and go. Yeah, I love that there's like a little bit of fear with the emperor. Like,
oh my goodness. Is she like a super fan that he met back in those 2 years? Oh my goodness.
Either way, being her slave is gonna be Brooke's dream.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, well then, you guys ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Okay, he goes, quite sorry, young lady, but from the day that Captain Straw Hat Luffy bestowed me my second life, I have been dedicated to no one but him. What if I said I would kill you? And I'd rather die than live without honor. Then Usopp, Yakker, and he's like, watch out, look out, Brooke! And she just kicks him, and starts beating him up. Brooke! And are you good now, Killingham? Yeah, go ahead. And we see them walking away from Saul. So far, Robin and Chopper have been undetected. These dumbasses. Yeah.
She just grabbed her heart.
Well, she did. I didn't notice that.
Oh, and she looks like she's in pain.
That is. What do you think? Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I just love the fact that she's a fan. It's one of those things where I'll just like, is it? New World? Well, what?
No! It says, long time no see, Warlords. What level do you guys think the God Knights are at? Admiral or Vice Admiral level, maybe?
Nice.
Vice Admiral.
Malik, thanks for dropping in. God Knights, as far as admirals or vice admiral levels, I'd probably say definitely way above vice admirals. Especially I'd say closer to admiral level probably, just because one, it kind of makes that a full number of 10. 7 gods, knights, 3 admirals, 10 overall. That and Oda really likes those round numbers, so I didn't even think about that one. So this is a really good one. But I'd probably say like 3/4 the way between vice admirals and admirals, maybe 25%.
Probably more powerful because of the immortality, but how they use the power, right? Like they're just like.
Well, the
They're
immortality.
not going around. Yeah, later. Go ahead.
The immortality thing is interesting because, again, we just saw Gunko get blown up and pieced back together. But I also think there's something to that. Like, is this a clone? Is this part of Imu's power? Like, it always leads back to a devil fruit. It always leads back to a devil fruit.
And from what we've seen with Jigo CSR, it is more inclined to be like part of Imu's powers.
That's fair. That is very fair. So, like, it always, yeah, to your point, it always could be that derivative, whether it's like the transportation techniques with those little portal things. So, yeah. And it literally hurt her in her heart that her favorite artist turned her down. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna walk up to my favorite artist and be like, "Be my slave, make my music," and they'd be like, "I want to be like, oh, how dare you."
No, make him deal like this. Hey, I'll let you guys go if you make me a song.
Yeah.
If you would have asked like that, maybe you would have done it.
Maybe. But all right, we've
But
got.
she's relevant to ask like that.
I think she's got. Well, it kind of leads more that she doesn't have the social skills, but we'll see. I think it's on
Alright,
to Segrain.
Check. Can you hear me, Elbaf? Coming warriors of Elbaf.
Here we go.
Who's that? What message is this? I'm sure you're all busy scrambling to deal with the strange events unfolding around you. That was our doing. A dagger sent straight from sacred Marijoa. I am Summers of the Holy Knight. Okay? So nothing much
Summers.
here, just yeah.
Well, I wasn't expecting Summers to be the one. Oh, actually, I probably should have expected it because of how he articulated his hatred towards the former king in the last episode when he said he messed it up. So I should have expected him to be making this grand declaration. But I'm interested in how he's going to frame this.
I thought he was going to be killing him because he was the one that was near the big transponder snail that they said, oh, they need a command center for the transponder snails in Elbaf.
True.
Yeah.
But if it's, again, if it's one where Summers is the one with the connection, we might get, if we get a backflash starting. I'm down for that. I'm just looking at this page. There are a lot of like new stuff. So there are new monsters. There's pumpkin one. That is true.
And then we have this one. Is it a dragon or a monster shark? Another 2 more skeletons. I'll see 1 skeleton monster and 1 warrior monster and a spider. I'll see a spider with the head of a bulldog. That is the weirdest thing I've said in a long time.
So Green does know breeds for dogs.
Huh?
So Green, you know breeds of dogs then pretty well. You knew that was a bulldog.
Yeah, the bulldog spider.
I know bulldogs because they are one of the scariest dogs for us back home.
What? That's funny.
Because in Nigeria, most bulldogs are trained as police dogs.
Oh, is that
Bulldogs and
Is
Rottweilers,
that a bull
they are the
mastiff?
most trained as police dogs.
Even the mastiff? Oh, interesting.
That's really interesting. Alright, well, hot weather place, so let's see here.
Alex Davis also says that celestials, they're the gods and knights are like celestials of powers.
Yep. Basically.
Well, their attitude at least. all pompous with none of the real action behind it.
Oh yeah, and that's why them getting beaten up is like a very, 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 very big, nice part of this. So with the, speaking of getting beaten up, Segrane's got one more, and then we'll see where this craziness goes. But we're about halfway through, and
All right.
let's see here. Name of the chapter is what we are afraid of. So, maybe Gunko her fear was getting turned down by her idol. Actually, that is a big fear. Actually, that's fair.
And we're probably getting more fears extracted by killing him.
Yeah. All right.
And we have Craftsman Village, Southeast Sun World. Should I start with the drawing or with the text? Marjoa, so he's from the world government. Where will they do this? And they're fighting what looks like a flying lion.
Yeah. With all their war hammers.
Yeah. Captains, they're sending this message all over Elbaf, as I'm sure. So they've revealed who they are. Okay, as I'm sure, Huntsman Village, northwest Elbaf. Are the children safe? You've realized all over Elbaf. We have taken 10 of your children as hostages. On top of that, we have reduced an orange-bearded man to a bloody mess for the crime of pursuing us from the school in an attempt to free the children. So you're saying, as I'm sure you've realized, we've taken the children and taken down, so... And behind him there's another monster with horn, like it's smiling, so I'm gonna say a hyena with a horn.
I can see that.
De
What you got?
Niro. Now we got another someone else in the chat here. De Niro 989 says thoughts on Loki. Should he become a Straw Hat?
I don't think he would.
Well, definitely not, because he is in the same vein as following the Rocks pathway, and not necessarily the Luffy Shanks pathway and Roger pathway. So I don't think so. I think he's not going to be a quote unquote antagonist. Possibly like a anti-hero kind of thing. Not necessarily as cool as Odin, but more edgy, I'd say.
Do we agree that Hired is like probably going to be a better ruler? Because he's a noble guy, you know, and there's genuinely really good things about him. And he's a good captain, right? He like thinks about his crew, and he's like, you know, he lets them do this thing. He lets them be their own person. Anyway, he's a good leader. And what I'm trying to say is, I think Loki should follow his brother. I think he should follow Hiruden. And Hiruden, I think he should join Hiruden's his new giant pirate.
Actually,
Hiruden is all this, but let's not forget
De Niro actually pointed it out. I would say he would be the new captain of the new giant pirates for the Grand Fleet. So not actually a Straw Hat.
See, well, I don't want Loki to be the captain. That's the thing I'm trying to say.
Well, I would but unfortunately, you made the good point that Hiruden would actually be a better ruler of Elbaf, so he would stay and Loki would leave. So that's what I'm saying is, I know you don't want Hiruden to go, but Hiruden, he can't be a king and leave. That was the whole point of Vivi.
No, you're kind of pointing at that. You're pointing at the elders dying, and after this Elbaf arc, that Hiruden will become king of Elbaf.
The elder.
You're kind of hinting towards right now.
There was a king and there were elders. They're chiefs. The King Herald was king over all giants, and Ja Rule and Jo Rule were still there. So they don't have a king currently. That's the whole.
And I don't think they would.
That's true. You know, I assume that Ja Rule was like the king for some reason because he's like the oldest one around.
Nah, he's just a chief of one of the villages.
He's not even in the castle, is he?
Yeah, no. So
That's
King.
a good point. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, so to your point, like he would if he became a ruler, Hiruden would have to stay. It's Vivi all over again. Like Vivi couldn't take. Well, she is now, but never mind. To the point of the split up, Vivi stayed in Alabasta because she had to rule. Same with Momo. Like there are these things like they have responsibilities now. Freaking Carrot. She's leader of Momo Dukedom or whatever.
Okay. So you're saying Hiruden's gonna stay, but don't we want the Loki brothers to be together?
No.
And to oh man,
No.
I would love for them to work together.
No.
I think there's some good.
They can work together and not go travel on the same crew together, but Hiruden leading all the Elbathian giants, while Loki actually has his pirates because, let's be honest, they're probably more suited to be pirates. The giants were just literally just mercenaries for Buggy and making money. They weren't really like out pillaging and all of this stuff. So they would be better suited to just serving as warriors for Elbath. Like, just throwing that out there. Do you want to get the chats before we go on?
De Niro has some other statements. He thinks that the king of Elbath was corrupted.
Ooh.
So and not Loki being corrupted, but the king of Elbath was corrupted. I like that. And then Loki is a gray area character. Yeah, for sure, because he was still being a jerk. A lot of his actions are still selfish. They're still bad actions, but they're not unforgivable. But Loki so far has done. If he didn't kill his dad, it's not a cold blood.
If he did kill his dad, that would be unforgivable. But I doubt he did.
Yeah.
So.
Because that's just cold-blooded. What do you call it? Patricide.
That is patricide. Yes, you are correct for that.
Oh, and then he has one more. He goes, what's most surprising since coming to Elbath for you guys? And mine is that because the God Knights, I think what's been most surprising is that the God Knights are invincible, and they have the same powers, what it seems, as the Gorosei.
More so, not invincible. I don't think they are invincible.
Oh, good point. No, yeah, you're right.
Oh, the Harley.
Good to think.
For me, it's been the Harley in the world history. That blew my mind.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I can't change my answer. I forgot about that. Yeah, oh my god, I'm a fool. I need another cup of coffee.
Yeah, right?
The painting, where Oda did the painting.
The mural?
Yeah, that's been the most surprising. Yeah, sorry. Forget the other part. Can we edit?
That is, yeah. That is something that I think we all thought we will see maybe until we find at least the final island.
Yeah. I would then say if I had to give you a second answer, because that should be the ubiquitous, like all across surprising one. I would honestly go with the Scopper Gaban Shamrock one is good. Are really good. But there was one that kind of was just I love the One Piece world. I always have. This is why I've been a fan for literally 20 years this year. Is the prism crystals that they use to make the rainbows to freaking fly up to the sun level. That is an amazing bit of world building because you have these giants who literally are riding the rainbow like leprechauns. And it's just a hilarious bit of writing for me.
Giant leprechaun.
Yeah, literally, like they're living in a tree like a freaking leopard, like they're like 2 feet tall. They ride rainbows like they're leopard. It's just so fun for me. So, but yes, now Scopper Gaban, especially his wife, right there. But yeah, I think I'd put that'd be top 5 for sure. All of those are solid.
Elbath has been so good.
Elbath has been amazing, and it's been so tightly compact, 20 so chapters. We still have at least like 8 or 9 chapters to go.
Lightning pace. Even though it's not, even it's like a year to get through, but it's like really fast paced. You're really skipping from one thing to another. It feels.
It has been, but it's almost like Oda is on a path to get done. But all right, let's.
Oh yeah, who's up?
I think
It's
is
you
it
up.
me?
I think it's you up. Yeah, you're up because Green ended it.
Okay.
Yep.
So let's
On
see
page
here.
8.
3, 2, 1, and you have Ange being like, Mr. Saul. And Ange is like, huh? And you got a dot 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 from Killingham. In other words, while you blithe assumed that someone else is going to do the rescuing for you, the children have continued to march towards the goal. Saul? No. And everyone's like, huh? The game's only getting started. It's just a shame that we can't use video. Wow. Can you name all of the children who marched out of here? Wow. That is devilish. Then let's let their parents know that it's time for the twerps to wake from their. They are marching them awake now. All right, this took a really dark turn. I didn't even think that was a thing. Then that it's time for their twerps to wake from their dreams, and he wakes them up. Hey, how come we're just marching along like this? Where are we going? I don't know, but we're already far away. That's not true. This is branch 8. We're on our way back. Yeah, but we can't control our feet. And it looks like there are 5, 6. Yep, they have the 10. So that's all 10. It's not like he was counting column or anything. So, any thoughts, gents?
Yes, is that okay? This is like a little group right now. Like we got ourselves a squad right here. Like this is a whole ass group. So I think these kids are gonna be able to accomplish something with it themselves. Because, I don't know. Anyway, we'll see.
Or it's just a horrifying march of children like going and being kidnapped.
You know, I believe in them.
We'll see. We'll see. They put column on the front of the line. Oh, he was included in that number. Oh, why can't we go home then? I want to see mommy now. I want to see daddy. Oh, we're kidnapped. It means we can't see them. What? Stop whining. I'm here. And unlike you, crybaby weaklings, I'm a warrior. Yeah, and you have all the monsters coming. A monster, go save us, Colin. And then he freaks out. Oh, so Colin goes. He shows that he's just a kid. He's 6 or whatever. He's 20, but he's 6. Whatever.
And then we got another De Niro 989, and he says the fact that they're trying to kidnap giant kids is crazy, which probably is how we got the different races. Is big lore too. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if they are planning on making these guys soldiers or not. I'm sure if they could, they could.
Well, it's my big thing is Summers already puts parents in the situation to die for their kids. Meaning that if these kids are orphans, who are they going to go back to? They may as well stay in Marishwa. I can see that logic. I very much can see that logic because these people are monsters.
Well, just like Kaido, the world government is also all about breaking people, so breaking the spirit and just making you a shell.
Unfortunately, that is very, very true. That's very true. But that was it for me.
Yeah.
I love it because Colin's like, shut up, you freaking crybabies. You all crybabies. You crybabies. Ah!
Right, like, Colin, you're kind of a scaredy cat too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I wonder which one is the one that he's afraid of. Like, is it the bulldog spider thingy? Like, which one is his?
He doesn't have one.
Oh, he definitely has one. He definitely.
No.
It might be what we see next page. So, Samurai Drew, up to you.
It sounds like they took out Saul. Turn us around. We need to go save the kids.
But Captain, there's a hole in the village, and we've got broken oars.
What? What kind of freakish beast is that?
I don't know. It's some sort of woman monster.
No way! No!
Kind of looks like my wife. It's like, watch out! She's gonna beat you over the head. And the other one looks like my wife. And then you see this, a darkened figure like snapping an oar in half. Huh? Wait, these monsters all came from the children's worst fears, right? And then he goes, and your wife is Ben's mom? That's right.
So Bent was asked to imagine what he was most afraid of, and the answer was Mommy!
Oh my goodness.
So we got the two big moms attacking the ship. Yeah, I mean, oh yeah, your mother, you better straighten up if she's ever mad at you, so yeah, no wonder. So a nightmare was someone's dream for a double fruit. It says the Nero 989. Yes, that is true. That was kind of funny, yes. I mean,
wow.
Someone's dream was to become a real one. Anyway, alright, let's go back to the chapter.
Wow.
We can't fight, our morale is getting hammered. So they don't like the moms. They're like, oh man.
Guys, this is too funny. Like, this is too funny. Wow. I hope that sometime in this sequence we see the woman that they're talking about. I hope that we see that giant woman, and she's gonna be, because we already had Brooke be like, "Is that me?" And she's gonna be like, "Wait, is that me?" Oh man, that's so funny. Wait, and your wife is Bent's mom, right? Okay. Oh, okay. Sagreen.
You, Sagreen.
Alright. I'm sorry for always going out drinking, dear. I'm sorry for forgetting to take out the trash. Wait. The husband is apologizing. I'm sorry for eating the honey cake that was for the guests.
Oh!
Captains, they're ripping off the island clouds. Oh my god. We're gonna fall. God, the giant pirate ship has crashed so much for their blaster. Some of those sliptids were real beasts. The kids' chances of rescue are dwindling by the minute. Now, Beard Hill, Yarrow, warrior of legend, it's time for us to talk. You mean Dory and Broggy are down? With no king on the throne, you're the boss around here.
We just talked about that earlier. Oh, I hate how something so tragic and devastating for this entire fight was so freaking funny. I can't. It was just so funny.
Well, it's a good bit. It's a good bit.
It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Like, this is, oh, I love being a fan of One Piece. Like, this is like, I would be devastated if I wasn't like a 37. If I was 16, 17, you're like, oh no, mommy. Now I'm like a almost 40-year-old man who'd be like, oh, his wife. It's just so funny. Oh man. It's so funny. Okay. I'm sorry. I just had to take that moment to just admire Oda's wit. Alright, next page.
You know, the joking, the giant pirates VAR just crashed. I hope they're alright. Let's hurry. Our goal here is quite simple: to make you giants our slaves in battle. The next step is to find out how effective these kids will be as hostages. I bet you're all wondering whose kids our 10 hostages are, huh? Okay. So we have a map. Okay. So we have a map of where everyone is. Ripley and Frankie are they are near where the ship crashed, where the giant ship crashed. Yeah, not far away from there. And then we have Western Village, Yaru, and we have at the library. Okay, the Western Village is near the castle, and then we have in the library and school, Angie, Principal Tusk, and Killingham, which is on the opposite side of the castle, on the opposite part of the country. And then we have in the middle of the road, on the middle of the branch, we have Summers, Gunko, Saul, and Straw Hat Pirates. And then the 10 children, they are all heading towards the castle, right? The castle or the shore?
They're heading towards the shore.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is a great map.
To see who all the parents are.
Yep.
I'm interested in to see if Scupper is listening to all this or he's just.
I'm interested to see how many giant babies he has.
Oh,
may not be just Ripley. If it is, that's fine. I can't wait for a Ripley figure. Anyway.
Imagine Ripley finding out Scupper has way more children.
Right. Hey, that means she's gonna be single soon. That's all
That's like fucking 4K.
Here's the thing though, he's talking to all of them like outright, saying like all y'all gonna be slaves. But so it's not like he's just talking to Ja Rule one-on-one. Everyone's like, what? So alright, now we're gonna see whose kids are whose, and is it me or is it Segrain? It's Segrain, right?
I don't know.
Oh no, it's you. He's done.
Okay. These are the names of the children who were kidnapped. First up, Ilva. Ilva, my granddaughter's granddaughter, Chief Ja Rule. Next, Scaldi. Is there anything we can do for ourselves? Ulva, it's a dream. It's all a dream. That's my grandson, Captain. What? Is that Omar or Kashi? No, that's Omar, I think.
I think, right?
Oimo is a grandfather. Interesting. So they must be having babies. I'm not even going to try and make sense of that. Karen, I always have the worst luck. Sigh. Good kid. I like her. Mog, I'm supposed to be strong, but I can't stop. Ranja, don't worry. It'll all work out. Oh my goodness. Why did it have to be my child? Branch 8, right? I'm on my way. And he's taken off from the fight. Bent. Bent is the one who's afraid of Mom. And whose dad is on the Giant Warrior Pirates. Mommy's gonna yell at me. There you go. Joanna. At least you have... Aww. I guess Joanna... Whose parents were... Whose parents... What giants just died? Joanna. At least you have parents. Bjorn. Can't at least I be saved? That makes 9. But just now, hoping to save his friends, a little warrior named Colin joined up to join the group. So that makes 10. Did you just say that Did you just say what I think you did, Bjorn? Sorry. What? Colin? And Ripley is noticing that. Oh, okay. So they were reunited, and he fits in the palm of her hands. Did you hear that, Ripley? Our son's a hero. Okay. Our son's a hero. Now not the time for it. And now our commands. Heed them closely, Elbaf. Okay. Okay.
Dude. Oh, okay, here you go. De Niro said something else. Yeah, so do the men outnumber the women on Elbaf?
I think the women outnumber the men.
No, I definitely think men.
Are the ones,
Definitely.
Is the opposite.
Definitely think men outnumber women from the looks of it. Matter, they're hiding a lot of those waifus, because I've been seeing a lot. It's been a sausage fest so far.
Well, dude, that actually might be true. Like, probably the men probably go off the island, you know, like back in Viking times, they left the women behind to do their Viking stuff. So, and you know that there's giants, you know, there's Elbaf giants in the world just like goofing off.
True, but like even like looking at, if that were the case, then you would expect a lot more women here. Just with that being said, and but we don't see it.
But we do see a pretty good number, a lot more than usual.
What I
Usually
would
the
accept
story
is
is all been men.
there's
It's been men in
some
most
sort of
stories.
I still see more giant dudes.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Sorry,
saying.
Sigreen, go ahead.
Yeah, except if there is some sort of disparity between how many boys are being born in Airbus. I should assume that there are more women than men, since the men are the ones that go for the wars and die in the war, and we are in Warland.
Let's see here.
Yeah, out of the kids, is it 50-50?
Roughly, that is how it's supposed to be normally, the demographic.
1, 2. No, there's like 4 to 6.
Are we talking about out of the kids?
Yeah, out of the kids, I think it's 4 girls, right? 1, 2.
Yeah, so I
Then
think
we're sort of like we're roughly balanced.
40%. Yeah, 40% of the population. Yeah. I think that I would acquiesce to 40% of the population for giants is 40 to 60. I would probably
men to women.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
60% men, 40% women.
You know, this is a pretty good
and men the other way around.
Class.
I don't know. But let's finish up, and then we'll jump into our review. Because we've been going for 42 already. Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's good. That, anyway. Oh, where are we at? Did you eat? So,
I just finished on page... I just finished 15, so you get to bring us home.
Bringing us home. Okay. Oh, and it was a really quick. De Niro also says, are giant women maybe bigger than the men from what the elders were saying? No, I think that was just the nightmare. That's why they're bigger.
Oh, yeah. Mommy and all that. Because Gerd is way smaller than Hiruden and everyone else. I mean, we'll see how Ripley stands compared to everyone else, but Gerd's definitely smaller than her.
Gerd should be smaller than Ripley.
Gerd?
Yeah.
Yeah, just because she's a younger giant. But I'm talking about in comparison to her peers.
Even with her physique, like she's one of those. She looks like one of those like with short stature.
That's fair. That's fair. Then I'd be more interested in going back to see how like Hiruden, because he's one of the more taller ones, and then you have Loki, who shouldn't even be on the spectrum because he's just way too tall. But let's finish. Let's finish because we got about 17 minutes left.
Okay. Your school is completely useless in war, and your library is packed full of pointless records of the past. You will burn them down right now and swear fealty to us. If you do not, we will eliminate the brats one at a time. Help us! What are they talking about? We know where the kids are. Let's go save them. And remember we saw that diagram earlier, so we know that Ripley and Scopper are close to each other because they must have landed like right next to them. So Frankie, yeah, look at Frankie's right there too. We know where the kids are. Let's go save them. I want to smash these guys. And you have to make the call, Chief Ja Rule. It's too cruel. And Killingham looks over, and he's like, oh, you dirty giant. He's like all full of malice there. Does anyone have anything they want to say?
Nope, please keep going.
The school is the symbol of Elbaf's current state of peace, and the library is full of Elbaf's ancient history, as well as knowledge of the world, save for the sacrifice of O'Hara's scholars. It's a fortune that belongs to more than Elbaf. Calm down, lady. No, Robin, you can't. Please, Mr. Ya. You got it. So, what's interesting is, so Killingham is saying, oh, calm down, lady. And he's like looking out. And then, Robin, don't do this. So he's seeing Robin right there. And Robin has the eyes of determination, along with Scopper Gabon, racing to the scene to save his son, and Robin to save the books. Look at her eyes. You know what they look like? Mihawk's eyes, don't they? They're like ringed. It's insane. And they both say at the same time, I won't let them do this! End of chapter.
One is going for the kids, the other is going for the books.
Robin likes kids, but not as much as Nami. Nami's always the one that's rescuing kids.
Yeah, Robin's more of on the history. That's why Scopper's for the kids. So I think it's time for us to pivot from that sip and review to a sip and discuss a toast for kicking butt. Drew, you want to get to the chats, and then we'll go through.
That sounds good. And then what would Robin Awakening look like? No, it's the devil. It's that devil thing that she did. I think that was her awakening.
I do think that was the awakening over fruit. Yeah.
The devil. What was it called? The devil flora.
Demonio.
Demonio.
Demonio
Demonio floor.
No.
Even though it's an awakening, I feel like there has to be some other level, some untapped level to it, because Demonia Fleur won't help her here.
Yeah, because that's the crazy part. Because she can't touch thorns, so I'm interested in how she's gonna get past this.
She doesn't need to defeat him. She just needs to hold him down long enough for Scopper. Because Scopper probably does know how to kill him. He probably does. He knows a lot.
If they're not wanting to scrap with Luffy, they're definitely not wanting to scrap with Scopper. That's pretty much what we can get down to. So, go ahead.
I love him. I love Scopper.
Giant woman, maybe.
Want me to keep on talking while you're typing?
And then from others are saying. No, I was just reading up on a few other things that De Niro had said. Thanks, De Niro, for that. Those comments. Yeah. My biggest question of Elbath is: will there be more giants? Be more on the giant straw hat on Marie-Joie. Interesting. Yes. As far as I'm guessing that's probably where the flashback will be covering a little bit of as well. I'm very interested on the giant straw hat. But
I want to know what De Niro thinks. I want to know what his stratagem is to deal with that conundrum, because is the straw hat a symbol or an item? Like why keep it? If it's a symbol, just throw it away, right?
Well, we can always also have like a theory stream too, but let's try and keep the stream to roughly an hour or so. What big parts of the chapter do we want to talk about, because we're on break next week? So, like, what are the big revelations? Are there any questions? We can also do a community poll. That's something we haven't done in a while. So, for example... what?
Well, I was thinking about Robin's eyes. Do they look funny, or do you think those are just her normal eyes?
I think she's pissed off. Like, she's serious now. I think that's the big one.
Okay. Well, that would be my question. Do you think that her eyes are Mihawk? But no, but we can do a better question than that.
Well, I'm interested in what other Yulva columns seem to be the two big ones as far as individuals. You have the young girl who is like, at least you have parents. What is that about? Is she like the princess of the island, where like they had a little sister because they were brothers? There's generally a little sister. Harold didn't die until 6 years ago. If she's like 6-7 years old, 6-7 years old, then she's freaking 20. So there's that. So there's that understanding.
Then that would have meant, what do you call this? Loki's, either Harold had another wife after Loki's mom.
Yeah, or because she has the horns. But
yeah.
But would she be saying she doesn't have parents if Loki's still alive? That would be my counterpoint.
But so I feel like they're gonna know, like the kids are gonna know, like if she's Harold's daughter, and I feel like there's gonna be some sort of significance to her than just like being.
I think we both are catching on. We're both signifying that, just in different. We may have different thoughts on where it could go, but I think we both are like, Oda would not say, "At least you have parents," for a girl with horns that is very similar to Loki and Harold. That's fair. Maybe it's like Baby Oars Jr.'s daughter.
No way.
Little Oars Jr. Sorry.
He did not get any action. That dude was a bumbler. There's no way.
He just used bumbler as a verb, and now that is something. He is a bumbler. Oh my goodness.
You can go, you know, that's dude. No, he's not getting laid like that.
That is so funny. Dude's a bumbler. Anyway, we got De Niro answered your question. After you want to read that one, we can talk about MVPs of the chapter. I
think the Joy Boy hat is he was Nemesis. But yeah, because you remember that ancient robot Egghead that blew up at the end or whatever, had the hockey explosion at the end. That thing, well, we still don't know if Joy Boy was a giant or not, because that thing was huge. But we did see that he was smaller than that, so it makes me think that he was normal size.
Well, there's probably different people that were Joy Boy. I think that's the big thing. So was the Joy Boy from even the Void Century, or because the mechanism moved 200 years ago. So like, was the one from 200 years ago a giant? And there's different ways of looking at it. I do want to just touch on, by far, one of the funniest parts is Bent's mom. Bent's biggest fear being his mom. Thus, Bent and Vince's dad being on the New Giant Pirates, and them having to take on Bent's biggest fear. Thus, Bent's dad having to fight his wife, and all of the giants being like, I'm too afraid of his wife. This is scary. That is so funny. Like, I am sorry to any woman who's offended. Oda depicts women fairly well. Very fair to them. They're useful, unlike Naruto. This is hilarious. This is absolutely hilarious.
And man. 2 moms. They have to fight 2 moms, not just 1.
Yep, and that's the thing. Yeah, it would be even better if they all had wives, and there was like multiple wives. Like if what is the blue ogre? Dorian Broggy had wives. This is so funny.
I love that the one on the ship has an apron with a big spatula as her weapon. As her weapon of choice.
And that's the funny thing, because the one down below looks like Big Mom, but it's not her. It's just the waifu.
The moo.
That one looks like my wife.
Yeah. Then
That other one looks like my wife.
Oh, did we get this one from De Niro? I want to know how they beat the God Knights and what giants can use hockey. Okay, ready for this? I think. Okay, come on. Loki has to be able to use Conqueror's hockey. Okay.
Loki's. I think it's fair to say Loki's all three. Loki's all three.
Yeah. Well, if you have Conqueror's hockey, you probably have the other two. Well, maybe not. Maybe you're Ace. Maybe you're Ace before the war or something. Or Luffy before the war. The other thing is, Hiruda again. I think we're really trying to prop up Hiruda in this arc because he's next to Luffy here. He's like he's the good guy, and he really does deserve to, lead the kingdom, And so, I think that we're gonna see him using a Conqueror's hockey ability too. I just love those two. I want those two brothers to make up and to fight together. So, we'll see that.
It's so.
No Luffy in this chapter. The other one, we got a fat Luffy in the corner, but none in this one.
That is very fair. We did get fat Luffy after him and Loki had their bonding moment. Do you think Loki? It's like who knows? I don't know if Loki has a kid. If it could be Joanna. I doubt it, but I'm interested. I'm interested in why they can't hear anything from down in the. Well, they're probably way far down.
Oh yeah, here I think they're in the Sun World, right?
Yeah, but I would think that if they're broadcasting this all over Elbath, that you could probably hear it down in the underworld. But that's just
if you have the
pill bugs. The pill bugs. And I doubt they probably didn't take a pill bug with them. Yeah. So
they were in a hurry. So the reasonable ones that were supposed to think about, okay, let's take something for communication. They were too much in a hurry that they just fell down from the heavens below.
Oh man. Wait a minute. Kind of looks like my wife. Wait, your wife and your wife is Bent's mom. That's right. So you're Bent's dad. Why did they say it like that? That was funky. Anyway, unless they're just having multiple babies with each other, just some giant orgies and shit.
Yeah, I'm thinking like the great. Man, I was like, wow, people are really getting busy here. Or he's just messing with the idea that they're old. But I'm like, wow, there's a lot of baby making happening in this village. Great happening. De Niro has some more things he's saying. I also think this somehow ties to Thriller Bark. Yeah, for sure. Especially when we figure out why they're called continent pullers and why oars. All that. How he got a hold of Oars' body. All that.
White Brook said called this girl the zombie girl. Cool.
Because she came back to life after getting blown up. But speaking of Brooke and Gunko, we can probably start wrapping up with that part because she's a fan. We called it. She's a fan. It was New World that she was jamming out to. And not only after mentioning Straw Hat Luffy's crew and all of that, she is a fan of Brooke. This is so amazing that we're getting to see Soul Kingu fandom, and it's been forever since we post time skip. Literally, 2009, 2010, somewhere in that range. And this is the first time we're just like, Soul Kingu, it's Soul Kingu. Oh, Soul Kingu.
Be my slave, Soul Kingu.
Yeah, so interesting. She wants to make him her personal slave to make music, and then when he said no, it hurt her heart. She was just like, ugh. Does she? Is she dying and she wanted him to like sing her like last song kind of thing, or did it hurt her that bad to have Soul Kingu? Okay, that could be our question. Okay, start a poll. So, did Brooke, what happened to make Gumko place her hand on her heart? Is it?
Look back to that.
Is she sick? Rejection from Idol.
Yeah, that sounded like what it is. Wow, I love that.
Rejection from Idol, or hates her actions cause good girl. Start poll. All right, everyone. What are your thoughts? What happened to make Gumko put her hand over her heart? Is she really just a good girl and is just like, it's just a rejection from her idol? Oh, how dare you, Soul Kingu? You don't want to be my personal slave? Why not, Soul Kingu? Why not? So it could be that. Also, be sure to like the stream. I can't believe I'm actually saying that this far in. It really does help us out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, please. And then, what do you think he means by this? And Saul said about the giants who like to fight and the scholar giants.
No, say that. What page is that on?
Okay. It says, do you...
I think there's a comment.
What?
Oh.
Oh, yeah, De Niro says, and what Saul said about the giants who like to fight and the scholar giants definitely reject, considering she thinks she is above him. Oh, reject, yeah.
Oh, yeah. De Niro's leaving it. Definitely, it's reject.
3 votes, all towards the middle.
How's the poll going? It's 100%. It's 100%. That's 100.
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
We have a little disagreement.
Oh, it's like the community is spoken. Yeah, like she's been shot through the heart, and he's to blame. Brooke, you give love a bad name. What else? What else happened in this chapter? Or what? What? Yeah. What do we predict?
Yeah, and then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, and then De Niro, whatever your predictions are as well, feel free to let us know.
Because I'm thinking next chapter we're gonna see some scopper. So imagine that. Oh, I just thought of this. So like if she puts her Imanos all around you, and then you inject all of her hands with HIV. Okay. Like as she's like holding you down. Okay. Then you have someone else inject Robin with HIV and her Hermano flower hands, okay? You got it? Are you imagining it?
Okay.
She would not get HIV. Because it's not attached to her. She would just go, "Ugh," and then it would just disappear, right? So, she could hold them down, and Scopper could be like slashing at him while she's like holding him down, and she wouldn't even have to worry about him chopping her in half because she's like releases it, right?
I don't know, because I feel like her demonio, it does take damage, because who did she fight in Wano? Black Maria beat the living shit out of that thing, and it was like bloodied up.
That wasn't the demonio. That was the regular flute. What do you call it?
Okay.
That was a regular distance.
So maybe. Who knows? Maybe the demonio is it. But yeah, I definitely think that next chapter is going to be Robin and Scopper getting there. Still, it's beyond me that we haven't seen Luffy in all of them, so we have no idea. I know the conversations and them connecting with Loki are getting better, getting stronger, however you want to put it. But yeah, it's just interesting not having the strongest warriors a part of this at all. So very interested in that. Do we think Scopper could die trying to save his boy?
I think this is the end of the road. At least this arc is the end of the road for Scopper.
Interesting.
We haven't seen a Roger pirate die on screen. Have we?
I mean, Roger.
I kind of want to see Scopper and Rayleigh see each other again.
You got me there.
Because that'd be a fun little get together.
Oh, it'd be amazing.
I think they're old. I think they're old enough to share a drink and not be mad at each other.
Oh yeah, it's been long enough. Scopper and Rayleigh. I don't know if their relationship is completely Zoro Sanji-esque to the point where they would be fighting over all years and all that stuff. Interesting. But we've got some Drew's. It looks like Drew's camera's starting to go out a bit, so we'll go ahead.
Oh.
Let's do our projections. Let's do our thoughts on what's going to happen and our theories for our what's going to happen in the next, and then we'll do chats, and then we'll wrap up. So, what do we think is going to happen in the next chapter? I think we're finally going to go back to Loki and all of them.
Yeah. We need to look back at where what the monster trio are doing. The 3 strongest Straw Hats all together. Much stronger than captured Jinbei, by the way. But oh, Shaggy! Wait a minute! Shaggy says hi. And hi, Shaggy says, "What's up, y'all?" De Niro also says, "Scopper shows why he's left-handed." I think, is it because, I don't know.
Why he's the left hand of Roger?
Oh, why he's the left hand.
The left hand. That's it, left-handed.
Yeah, that's...
Why
and
he's the left hand. Oh, I get it. I'm sorry, my bad.
What if really the right hand... Really is right-handed, right? What if Scopper is actually left-handed as the left hand?
Right. Well, we're thinking, yeah, no, that would be fun. But he actually uses 2, so he uses both of the axes, so he's probably ambidextrous.
Yeah.
Let's see. But just as we're understanding everything with Scopper Gaban, he's rushing towards the 10 children who are ahead of where Summers and Robin. I did forget that Gunko is still there, so Gunko is going to fight. Gunko is going to be available to fight with Robin, or fight with Summers against Robin. So there is that too. So is Chopper going to come out and fight as well now?
Well, they need to release Jinbei and Usopp, and then if they had all of them together, I think they'd stand a better chance.
Yeah.
Actually, if it was all of them, they might be able to stall something. I think they could work together. Like
I think Chopper's gonna sneak in to release them, but not for them to participate in the fight. More of like how can we maybe slow down the kids, or do something else? Maybe go to the school and see, even if they go to the school, they're gonna get obliterated by killing him. Which is another menace, by the way. Who's gonna because if we only have, let's say, two at least strong people that will slow down these Summers and Gunko. No one will be there for killing them.
But you don't think Usopp is going to be able to take out a dude who is literally slamming the Walrus Giant? Just like, here's the corner, here's a hard corner, he's fine. Usopp can't take that guy on? Yeah, like it was nothing. He was just... And it's not that... Go ahead.
We have 5 people watching, and if we get some likes on the stream, we would really appreciate that. We've been kind of in shadow panned a little bit, so if you guys are watching the stream right now, we'd really appreciate a like. If you guys have anything that you want to talk about, that'd be great to put in the chat.
As well as vote in the stream, vote in the poll.
And De Niro says, do you guys think Chopper gets Haki or awakens? I think the big monster form is the awakening. It's just that he uses the pill to access it in a different way. And I think, yes, he has to get that armament Haki for that Chopper karate form. I really do think that Chopper needs a good Haki upgrade. He doesn't need the observation; he can get it. But what we really want him to get back to Monster Chopper or Karate Chopper form, where he can get rid of medium foes.
Well, that's the thing. You could even make the argument that Brain Boost is awakened because it's heightened. It's super heightened to be able. Observation Haki is basically that. He can look at you. Here's your That's because observation isn't just predicting the future; it's enhanced observation. Sanji does it in different ways. Yeah. Even being able to detect people. Even because Mr. Yao was Scopper. Yeah, thank you. Scopper was just there's 3 more voices. He's not predicting the future. He's detecting people. So observation Haki has different forms. So I would just always say that Chopper has observation Haki through Brain Point, and that monster form is an awakened form. So Chopper, my boy, is pretty beastly. Just saying, just throwing that out there.
Yeah, but we still need that armament for Kung Fu Point because he still hasn't gotten much apart from the. Well, we've known of the monster point of the monster point for a long time, but apart from that, we still haven't gotten Chopper a full upgrade in terms of offense, a full offensive upgrade.
That's fair. But predictions, and then Shaggy, De Niro, or Malik, or anyone else in the chat, go ahead and leave your thoughts. I'll go ahead and leave the poll up for another minute or so, just because, we're all pretty much in accordance that she's a heartbroken fan, which is hilarious. That is so fun. This is a fun chapter. This is a really fun chapter.
No one taught her the art of the deal. I'm just saying, nobody taught her how to negotiate. Hey, tell you what, Brooke, I really like you. I want you to do this. The other guys wouldn't have minded, right? They wouldn't have looked down on her. They'd have been like, oh,
she took another slave.
Right.
Yeah.
If she could have just worded it, and I don't know. She's just not very smart. She's she's full of ego.
She's a fan. Of course, she's not smart. She's a super fan.
You're not using your head when you're a super fan.
No, you are not. And your super fan just rejected you. Oh, he hurt her heart. And we'll go ahead and end it with that. In the poll, we're not ending the stream. We're ending the poll. So officially, with 7 votes, thank you all. Officially, I don't think I've ever seen it this one-sided before. 85% rejection from Idol. She's not. Some people don't think she's sick. She hates her actions because she's a good girl. Nah, is rejection from being an idol. That's so. I love this. We have a lot of
50s in that pool.
Oh, that's so funny. I could imagine Taylor Swift rejecting someone who's a Swiftie, and that is apt. Brooke is the Taylor Swift of the One Piece universe. You heard it here, folks. We may as well make this its own clip cut and get destroyed on the internet by me posting that Brooke is the equivalency of Taylor Swift in the One Piece world.
I'm glad I'm not on the internet.
Oh, can I add it?
What?
I think Gunko would be Kanye.
Nowhere close.
Okay, because we got the whole rejection thing on him.
No. Of course his camera cuts out. Of course his camera cuts out at that part. Oh, that's funny.
Well deserved. Deservedly.
Well timed.
Kanye's a hater, but also
Well timed. Like I said, my prediction, we're going back to Luffy and the giant cookout in the wilderness. We're gonna get a flashback. I do think that we'll be finally leading into the flashback with a little bit of rocks and all of that. So that my prediction is that we'll go back to that. and we'll step away from the current situation, because now everyone knows, especially because everyone knows that they're going to make them slave warriors. He wasn't just talking to Jarul. He was just saying that over the loudspeaker. So it's like, well, that's awkward. Now, if everyone's going to be like, all right, Jarul, what did you decide? Hey, we know she's your granddaughter's granddaughter, but what did you decide? What are we doing? So that's awkward. Especially, yeah. So. And
it's funny how the people who might not really care about the like what is actually seen are the ones that are not around. When they finally arrive, they won't care about who said what or what said what. It's just they're just gonna crash everything.
Yep.
And just join without even asking.
Yes.
Let's end it.
All right, lads. Thank you all for joining us. To De Niro, Shaggy, and Malik, it has been a lot of fun having you along. For all of those who watch this back, if you join in the stream with us, we definitely will be shouting you out and giving you a thank you at the very end of the stream, because that is just who we do. That is our community. As far as the official poll count, what happened to make Gunko place her hand on her heart? 85% rejection from her idol. MVP of the chapter is Brooke, because he has a stalker now. And as the idol, that is the fun part of crazy part about One Piece, as well as Bent's dad, who had to fight against his wife. He is also the MVP of the chapter. He is also MVP.
And all the giants who lost their morale.
Yeah, all the giants who are afraid of Bent's dad's wife. And Oda for that joke. So, thank you all for joining us. I'm DarkBriton of the Runaway Warlords. Always remember, Nakama, that anime is adulting. Stay reckless, Warlords. Peace.